Many employees are reporting that they are burnt out at work. And as we know, burnout shows up in different ways, in different people. There's no one size fits all for this. Some symptoms are easy to spot and others not so much. You have physical symptoms and mental symptoms. Some physical symptoms include being exhausted, having headaches, having stomach aches, difficulty staying focused, and broken sleep patterns. And some mental symptoms can include anxiety, irritability, stress, being overworked, neglecting your personal needs, and being overwhelmed. And if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you're probably finding it challenging to function and be successful at work. And you may just need an ADA accommodation to help you be successful at work. But we may just have one little problem. Burnout is not considered a mental health diagnosis in the United States, and it may not meet the ADA requirements. But all is not lost. So at this point, you're probably thinking, well, why would you tell us about the reasonable accommodation for burnout if it will not meet the ADA requirements? I didn't do that just to waste your time. I told you about the mental and physical requirements. And if you remember, for the mental requirements, anxiety was included. ADA workplace accommodations are available to employees who suffer from anxiety or have panic attacks. If you look at the symptoms for anxiety and the symptoms for burnout, they are pretty much the same, with the exception of anxiety being called anxiety and burnout being called burnout. If you want to take it a step further, look in the DSM-5 criteria and look at the symptoms for anxiety. And then rewind this video and you'll see that I talked about those symptoms earlier, but it was referring to burnout. Now, if you're suffering from anxiety in the workplace, which is a part of the burnout definition, here are some ADA reasonable accommodations that you can ask for. If you work on site, you can ask for a flexible schedule, or you can ask to work from home. You can ask for a modified break schedule. You can ask for a rest area or a private space for when you need it. You can also ask that all your directives be provided in writing so you're able to digest the information better. You can also ask for a white noise machine to reduce distractions and external noise around you if you work in a noisy environment. Now, that's just a suggested list. Only you know what works for you personally. I also want to add, it's important to identify what your triggers are so you can mitigate panic attacks or anxiety attacks at work where possible. And lastly, it's important for me to say the suggested list of accommodations that I provided are very common across the business world. So therefore, your employer should not say that those accommodations will cause undue hardship. Now, we'll get into undue hardship in another video.